Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today on the No Hope Estate, we're going to be taking a break from leveling up all of the apprentices, just to go and fight the Time-Wry Miller in the Farmstead, because he has this really interesting looking trinket for the Martial Saint, the red hair. Now, on paper, the stats itself are not anything to write home about. It's plus 6 speed, but you get minus 20% damage for that plus 6 speed. Normally, if it were just those two things, I would not go get this trinket. However, it has two special effects. On monster kill, you gain additional action. Now we're talking. But on that monster kill and gaining an additional action, we get minus 60% damage until the end of the round. Now I'm assuming if we get a extra action, we can get a second extra action, which would mean we get minus 120% damage on our third action. But that means we can use a utility action. So I'm just going to go down to my Martial Saint here so I can show kind of what I'm talking about. So I'm thinking, if this works like I'm thinking, we have a thing set up because he is really slow. So technically we might be able to have two enemies marked. He hits with Azure Dragon Claw at a target that's at full health, plus 25% damage if they're at above 80% health, and plus 50% damage if they're marked. He one-hits them. He looks at a second target that's marked. Or maybe they're not even marked. He has minus 80% damage now between the two things. I think that's how it works. It might be like a minus 20% damage, then a minus 60% damage, and then there's some mathematics there that I'm not going to get into. And realistically, he's going to do like 3 to 4 damage, but that might be enough to take out another target. So realistically, if things are set up perfectly, he can take up 2 targets then. Then he can look at his party and do like Towering Presence and give himself a block and plus 23% damage for the next few rounds. Or if you have the Beard Pouch, you can use Peerless Beard for plus 20% damage and 5% crit for the entire battle. Something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking with this trinket, and why I kind of want to go get it right now so I can test out theories with it. Because it might be really good, it might absolutely suck. I don't know, but I want to test it. So, that's why we're taking a slight break from leveling up all these people, which we have a lot of level 2, so once we get back to leveling, we're going to get most of what we want really, really quickly. So the party for today, we're going to have some fun. It's going to be Baldwin, the Leper. We're going to be using Chop, Hew, Purge, Knockback, Clear Corpses, Buff Accuracy, not that he's actually going to need it, and Intimidate to bypass Stealth, and Mark himself. Now, the reason we might want to mark himself is we have the Stone Clam Shell Shield. Now, I said the last time that I used this that it was going to get nerfed. It got nerfed. It's still pretty good. Still gives him 20% protection. It's still on hit knockback, still on hit minus accuracy and minus crit. Now you'll see that the minus crit and minus accuracy are a little bit lower, but it's still minus 15 accuracy and minus 15 crit on hit. Now I thought I had heard that the percents for the minus accuracy and the minus crit debuff were going to go down. They did not. I had thought that Slime said that those percents were going to go down to like 100% or 110%, maybe 115%. I'd have to go look at the screenshot, but they're still sitting at 140, which is really good. So realistically, it's not that much of a nerf, especially when I'm using it for the accuracy, not the crit. And all for the downside of minus 2 speed, which is not too much of a downside when you're using it on a slow character anyway, who wants to be marked and be hit. So I'm fine with that little debuff. And otherwise, we're using the Ancestor's Letter Opener. That brings his accuracy up to a 105, with the 15 accuracy from this, and then on hit, bleed 1 for 4 rounds. Next up, we're using Ghost the Vessel. He's going to have Nail Strike, moving him forward, Piercing Slash, moving him back, also having Armor Piercing attached to it, Lacerating Cyclone if I want to bleed anything. This shuffles himself and the targets, and Crippling Lunge to move forward by 2 if he gets knocked back, bypassing guard, debuffing dodge. For our trinkets, we have the Ancestor's Candle upping his damage by 15%, dodge by 10 because it's the Farmstead. Our torch never goes below 100. Then we have the Mark of Pride, accuracy plus 15%, damage plus 10%, and crit plus 4 because all of his attacks are melee that we're using. If it's for melee skills, that's all of it. Everything he uses. Now on to our trickery for this, which I'm sure Salho is gonna yell at me for doing, but I have to have fun. So Diggers, our gem hunter. We're pretty much only gonna be using pack tactics again. Yay! This is gonna give the target one block with a 40% chance of giving a second block. It also marks and de-stealths them. It also stealths and gives a accuracy and a crit bonus versus marked to the Gem Hunter. Now we can use this in rank 1, 2, or 3, and it moves her back by 2. I'm mainly going to be using this on Baldwin because he's going to be the one being marked with that Stone Clam Shoal Shield, and this is going to move our Gem Hunter into 4. However, Silent gets a free move action, which on her turn can move her back into 4, making the Gem Hunter be able to use pack tactics again. So we can just spam it. Sorry, Selho, but blocks are saving my heroes. I gotta use them if I can't heal. If I actually need to use an attack, we have Minecart Crash for when she is in 4, and then when she is forward, we can use Mine Away. Otherwise, I have Promise and Prospects to up crits received and gain gems. For her trinkets, we have Ancestor's Mat for up Scouting and Trap Disarm, and Mildred's Locket for plus speed, damage versus the Miller plus blight resistance, and just in case the Miller decides to use the Reaping, minus 100% damage from that particular skill on our Gem Hunter. And finally, like I said, we are using the Silent. This is going to be fun because we have blight trinkets to actually up the blight amount and chance and duration. So realistically, I'm going to be in the Poisoner's Tools a lot, mainly using Noxious Fume to up the blight amount for the next non-killing attacks, upping the chance, upping the giving an additional blight on all actions, and then Catalyst doubling the blight amount. So that's going to be a 10 for 3 blight, which with her trinkets is going to be even more. And if I really need to, Corpse Explosion. So we're not going to be doing too much in the Cursor's Tools unless I really need to switch over. For her trinkets, we have the Book of Bane. This is plus 25% blight chance, meaning Catalyst is actually at a 150 blight chance, and plus 33 blight duration, so the 3 goes to a 4 duration. Then we have the Blight Amulet, meaning plus 33 blight amount. So 10 would go to a 13 blight. It's gonna be fun. So let's go fight the Miller, the Time-Wry Miller. So once again, taking all the food, more than a few shovels, anti-venom bandages, few medicinal herbs, few keys, holy waters for the boss, laudanum just for comet shards, few torches. Let's go. Map scrap on the Gem Hunter, and I'm assuming we need to go to that very upper right corner. I'm just gonna head right to it. If we need to, I'll backtrack afterward. We'll see how I'm looking though. Key on this. Everything with diggers here. That way we get extra stuff. The Geotic Apple can heal us. If I need to, I'll heal the Gem Hunter with it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sell it. We'll leave that ring. We'll move to the right, then up, then right. Unless the path seems really bad. Ooh, I haven't seen the Vicious Mongrel in a while. Alright, we will Nail Strike the Bloodletter just because that is more damage. Tools of the Trade. I'm assuming Corpse Explosion won't do enough, so we will Noxious Fumes. Pack Tactics on Baldwin. And there's our block. Oh, we got a second one. So much for that point blank. And then chop. Just because I want a Corpse Explosion one of them, I'm gonna Nail Strike onto the Vicious Mongrel. Promise and Prospects onto the Mongrel.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
back flipping for the free action. And then we can Corpse Explosion. Actually, no. We're going to Catalyst onto the Fusilier. That should blight everyone. So 12, 3, 3. Bloodletter goes down. So Chop hitting the Doggo.
Continue the onslaught.
Just Fusilier left, really.
Them all.
Who goes down next turn?
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Promise and Prospect just to get gems.
Confidence surges as the enemy.
And kaboom. Taking what we can.
Remind yourself that
Bandage up on Baldwin.
an insidious killer.
Got a few too many anti-venoms. We'll take that Jade and then be on our merry way. Ladonum into the
Finding the stuff is
fireplace there.
Now it must be carried home.
I say. I want the Sapphire. I have a Heartburst Hood, I'm pretty sure. And then let's take... You know what, I'm not sure about. Okay. For some reason I was thinking the Gem Hunter made it so I could stack more money, but that's not the case. But we can definitely stack more gems. The thing is, I definitely want that key, but I'm probably not going to get rid of anything for it. So we'll just do that for now. Moving to the right. See what we get from this. Map scrap that can go on Ghost. And then get rid of the 3 food for the Comet Shards. Very nice scout here. Seeing what's in the fireplace. Now the citrines aren't really worth it. As much as I'd like the deeds or the crests, we'll leave those. Going up to the treasure room. They can eat. I've not seen this thing. So I'm assuming because of the mercenary occultist in the ante here, and the shepherd hound, that the sleeper's shepherd is also from Koala's creature collection, Color of Madness? Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, and I will do the research into it. Actually, does KCC-COM have that spreadsheet that has all the monsters? Defend livestock. I'm not sure, but we'll get rid of the hound first. Just because I know what this does. I'm pretty sure I know what these two do as well. Hue, because this will probably get rid of... Actually, no, we will just get rid of... Keep attacking the shepherd to break his streak. Okay, well, I guess we're hewing. Hack tactics to get a block there. We got 1. Minus dodge plus accuracy and crit. By corpse explosion, the doggo, I blight the rest of them. So let's do that.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
What the comet brings. Well, that's kind of like a flute. Pack Tactics again. Second block. Let's just Catalyst. Now Blighted for 19, he goes down. By piercing slash onto the occultist, he goes down. He can't stun me, he can't heal anyone, just anti-left. Who has relatively high dodge. Alright, Crippling Lunge. This'll, if he lives through this, which he won't, this would lower his dodge, which would make him easier to take out. I'm gonna get... I thought I was gonna get like a memory out of this or a lot of Comet Shards, but no. But I ain't complaining. Okay. I did not scout, but realistically, what I can do here, just for the room, is I could firewood so that I could take the jute tapestry. I want that spiked collar. And then a calming whistle, which is not going to do much for me. I suppose what it could do is make it so it clears horror easier, but... does anyone have a negative quirk that I want to get rid of as well? Realistically, not really. I guess Enlightened would be the best to get rid of. Okay, so we're going to firewood here, because I should not have a fight on the way to the boss. Or, I am going to have a fight on the way to the boss. I should restate that. But I shouldn't run out of my buffs on the way to the boss. So that gets me the jute tapestry.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet
Feast for the health and the stress. Taking the spiked collar. I don't really care about the calming whistle. No one needs the food. I was trying to find a way to find the key, like get the key back in the inventory, because I'm not sure if any of these curios would need it, but we can leave it. Okay. Oh, I thought she had a prevent nighttime ambush. This action might not be good. Hone Blade, plus damage, plus crit on Ghost, our vessel. Reflection on Baldwin, that's plus crit, plus accuracy. Accuracy on Silent, that is plus damage for 4 battles per use. I have 4 left, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do footwork for the plus 30% dodge. This should give 10 dodge to the Silent. 9. Good enough. We're going to do mental mapping. This is scout chance, so getting to the boss should be easier. And then gem hunt. Not the gems I was hoping for, but good gems nonetheless. We'll try that again, get a sapphire, and see what happens. No nighttime ambush. We're gonna get rid of Enlightened so that they will meditate in town just in case I need to meditate. Gonna go to the right, see what we can grab. Default party order. Come on. Blue Cobaldite. I think this is worth like 2,000. I just hate to get rid of this just because of the plus 25% damage. I don't think I'm gonna need the medicinal herbs the more I think about it. So, Rugged Thornvine down. That's one that can stun us. Actually, no. Oh. Still got hit for a bit, but that's fine. We'll just go to Cursor's tools for this. Take out the Blighting Vine with Glass Knife just because this is going to go down pretty quickly. Then chopping onto the Crystalline Vine here. I was hoping to take it out just because this is the one that can stun us, but... And then this is just a normal vine here. Nail Strike. Stunning Vine. Promising Prospects, just get gems. Chop.
Annihilated.
We're good. Taking what we can. Gonna anti-venom that. We're gonna food a bit.
Push on to the task's end.
And then leaving the money. Taking what we can, leaving the rest. Going up. Okay, at least we surprised them. I definitely want that vine down. What I'm thinking is, if I do Lacerating Cyclone, I bleed them. So the Mater is almost down. Probably not going to hit that Crystal Vine, which is unfortunate, but let's start on the Petrified Mater here. Intimidate would only do 2 to 4. Or 6... Yeah, let's go to the Petrified again. Because I can probably get him down pretty easily. We're going to Tools of the Trade, switching to Poisoners. And then if I Corpse Explosion... hitting the normal Mater, which is also question mark Stonework. So I don't want him to survive. Blading everything else. The vine goes down on its next action. Just leaving the Foreman.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
So, Crippling Lunge. No more dodge for him. Tools of the Trade, just so I can get plus accuracy when going into the boss. Glass Knife him. Vine goes down.
Gently.
Taking what we can.
How a life is taken.
Gonna use a torch. Torch got what I want out of it. Yeah, we'll just leave all that for now.
Glittering gold, trinkets
and going up to the boss. Map inside, so we scouted everything. Cool. Alright, let's use these holy waters up. I'm gonna heal Dig, just because... Should I heal Ghost too? Nah, I think we're good. Alright, 143 health to tear through. Let's do this.
A time to perform beyond one's limit.
Minus accuracy, minus crit, minus protection. I think that's because we actually brought the locket. So Pack Tactics, Baldwin, just because he's the one I want taking damage. Backflip to get Diggers back. In row 3, we're going to Tools of the Trade. Gonna set things up with Noxious Fumes here, just to get extra blight onto the Time-Wry Miller. And then Piercing Slash should do a bit of damage to him. Now he's probably gonna freeze, yeah. But we can't bypass that either. So, chop. Piercing slash. Just Miller left now. Catalyst. Hopefully this blights. We got him. 7. He wasn't blighted already. Gotcha. I'm like, why didn't that blight him? Because he wasn't blighted already. That's why. Pack tactics. Getting the blocks on. Scarecrow we're not going to be able to hit. But thankfully just hits our block.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
Herald's going to be pretty easy to chew through.
The horror.
Or maybe I don't just because they're not going to block for him. So just hitting the Miller. Piercing slash to hit Miller. Up in crits he receives. Tools of the trade. Neutralized up crits he receives.
Ringing ears.
No damage on our gem hunter there.
The end approaches.
And we got him this time.
Grievous injury.
Hopefully, because Ghost ain't looking good. Ooh. I was hoping to do chop on him, but... Alright, taking out the Sleeper's Herald.
Back to the pit.
Oh, he keeps getting that debuff. That's good. Alright, well... Minecart crash. Good thing dodge on Ghost there, otherwise we might have lost him. Tools of the trade. Corpse explosion on Scarecrow. Blighting the Miller, hopefully. There we go. Crippling lunge. If we crit, we take him out. We did not crit, but I think we're still good. Oh, death blow. We need to, actually, he goes down no matter what, so. Even though Baldwin here is out of place, we're good.
Nothing lives.
Little close.
Barren fields.
Little close. Also got a blueprint. Happy about that. I do not think I'm gonna be going any further. Just because how close we are cutting it. So let's get rid of some of these supplies here for the trinkets that I'm probably gonna sell if I'm being totally honest. But Time-Wry Miller down. Blueprint received. Tons of trinkets, a little bit of money, 80 comet shards. Cool trinket incoming for the Martial Saint. Little close for Ghost. Little close for Comfort. Gonna admit that. Probably should not have put Baldwin in a dancing crew. I kind of anticipated him staying up front while everyone else was in back. I did not calculate the fact that once I used Minecart Crash, everything went to hell. But 8 deeds, 5 crests just from the reward. We got the red hair, which is the big part here. 23,000 gold. So 11 deeds total there. No one hit level 4, which is actually a good thing, I think. The only quirk we got is Runes Explorer, so nothing bad I need to resolve.
What little there is.
Lost shipment, so provision quantities minus 50% and supply minus 50%. Somehow, despite getting this upgraded, there is still no Jester. So I know they don't really need it, but let's put them in stress recovery. And we're kinda golden. And nothing else I want from any of the other bosses. So from here, it's mainly a what looks good situation. And we'll go from there. So I'm not sure where we'll be going. There's a few things that look interesting, and we'll have to see. It looks like we're probably going to be going into a long again, and back to leveling up apprentices. We'll have to see what I can throw together where, and keep going with that. But we'll see what we can do, who we can put into what group, and what all we can level up realistically. And go from there, and have some fun with some kind of a group again, because it'd be nice to keep leveling up everyone we can to veterans, and just keep knocking that out as much as possible. So I think that's going to be it for this time. So that'll be it for this time. If you're interested in checking out videos early, you can check that out with the join button down below, or on my homepage for my YouTube channel. It should walk you through what memberships do what. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please, have a good one.